which indicted the shell, up to today has not been implemented.
Okay, but in terms of solution, now
Yes.
we understand all of the problems that you
Yes.
mentioned. They are happening in Nigeria on a daily basis, and they probably will continue to happen. One of the things I don't ever forget, my father used to say that even Jesus said, the poor you will always have. So that means poverty fighting is never it's gonna be an endless thing. But in terms of solution to minimize violence and all the other problems and to actualize some amount of peace, what can we do?
I have said it.
Solution.
If I hold this your key, and Madam says, I want to make peace between two of us, and I'm still holding your key, which kind of peace are we going to make?
Exactly.
The first thing to be done is for me to give you your key and then apologize to you for having taken your key by force. We elected persons into a position of authority from the local to the national level. When they were asking for our votes, they were almost prostrating, kneeling down. Today they have become overlords.
Did they now?
They don't.
They did not prostrate. They did not beg.
They did.
for votes.
They did.
Some of
Almost.
them did not.
He said almost.
Yes, they did.
Some of them did not.
Some of them did not. Who did not? Even though those who rigged the election, it was not an easy thing to rig election. So they came to us, they asked for our votes. Those of them who were rigged in, they were rigged in. Definitely there were those who were popularly elected. We can't dispute that. And there were those who faulted the process by rigging themselves in. But whatever process that you may have taken, it wasn't an easy job. Because our people have a saying that no road to nature is easy. If you're coming from Asaba, you have to cross the river Niger. If you're coming from Enugu side, you cross Oji River, and so on and so forth.
Mr.
So,
Ezike, I
yes.
beg your pardon. Please hold that thought. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Adam. I'm calling from Abuja.
Yes, sir.
Okay. My problem is, what are we talking about peace? Is there any peace without injustice? Peace, if you want to have peace, provide justice for the people. It's not something that will be sentimental. Doing something. Some people are sidelining somewhere. Well, these people are seeing that the other side of the people are enjoying, and therefore they are being sidelined, or they're being looking at an alien to the country to try to fight fair right. And then you see conflict all over. That's what is happening in the nation now. People are fighting for what really belongs to them that they do not enjoy. Some people are just sidelined out of what is, let me say, what people call the niche cake whatsoever those things. Until we begin to provide justice, or we begin to provide that element of equity and justice in the country. If not,
Oh dear, we lost Adams there. Well, you say the same thing that you are saying.
It's the same thing, because
There can be no peace without justice.
without justice. For instance, what is happening in the oil sector, I have to mention it again because there is monumental rot there. Because of uprising in January, the House of Representatives reconvened and set up a committee to probe the rot in the oil subsidy alone. And at the end of the day, we discovered that the 2011 budget, which made provision for 260 billion naira for the so-called oil subsidy that does not exist, they ended up spending 1.7 trillion. And so there are people who assisted the oil marketers in robbing Nigeria of these big trillions. Today, what the government is doing...
They are working.
Yes, what this government is doing is to try the oil marketers alone. At the level of the Civil Liberties Organization, we have organized a press conference, or we had a press conference 2 weeks ago, where we asked what of the political office holders, who conspired with the oil marketers to rip Nigeria of these trillions. What about those who spended money that were not approved or appropriated by the National Assembly? What is happening to them? They are trying to sweep this under the carpet, and at the end of the day, this 1.7 trillion naira will just die like that. Nobody will talk about it. Okay. So it is an issue, because if you don't resolve that crisis, Nigerians will not be happy. I will not be happy, and it will continue to revenerate the issue of violence instead of peace.
Okay, we've got another caller on the line. We'll take that call now. We've got Young who's calling in from Victoria Island. Good morning. Oh, we just lost him. Okay. All right. Maybe we should come back to Japheth Omojuwa. In terms of solution, because what the United Nations and the rest of the world, what they're saying in terms of this year in commemoration, they're saying sustainable peace for a sustainable future. What can we do to create sustainable peace for a sustainable future?
I think for a while we should just forget about the product and look at the things that make the product. Peace is a product of many things, like I said. It would be difficult to have peace in a place like the Niger Delta where people are flaring gases and people are dying because of those gases. It's difficult for us to have peace in a place like Borno State where their children are addicted to drugs and there is no help from government.
I do beg
for
your
us
pardon.
to have
please
peace.
hold that thought, I beg you. We have a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello, good morning. My name is Oduwase from Okwebi.
Okay.
I would love to commend the activists you brought us here for their efforts trying to make Nigeria a better country. You see, you spoke about Mr. President referring to the Occupy Nigeria that it was sponsored. By all standards, everybody that went to Occupy Nigeria came out on their own.
God bless you.
If he had come to Lagos to beg to revert that price, that fuel price, Jonathan will run third term. But he made a mistake. The advisors, they gave him a wrong advice. He still went ahead and increased the fuel price. I mean, the EFCC should focus more on the government officials. From the presidency, the Senate, and the governors. They are the users and their cronies. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Oluwase. Yes, you
No,
may
like I was
continue.
saying, you can't deprive people of their livelihood and expect peace. I cannot take what belongs to you and then we're calling for peace. Certain things have to be in place for us to have peace. You cannot have 112 million poor people in a place and expect peace. You cannot expect that people that saw young men, like older young men, like they are young people, they see like 23, 24, 25-year-olds carrying guns and fighting Nigerian soldiers and killing Nigerian soldiers, and then 2-3 years later, these same people are not just getting government contracts, they are on government boards. You will never have peace in a place like that, because every young man growing up is going to be thinking, if I'm able to get a group of people together, if I'm able to defeat Nigerian soldiers, go into the creeks and do some things, we'll be elevated to the point where we'll have special suites in Naikondoga, have special rooms in Aso Rock, and be able to mingle with the high and mighty in the country. If you don't do certain things right, you don't expect certain results. In Nigeria today, as long as we continue to do things the way we do them now, Boko Haram is going to be a joke in the next 5 years. I'm not predicting anything, I'm just saying things the way they are. Boko Haram is going to be a joke because, for instance, people are bombing places, they are killing people, and in fact, the number one option on the table of the government is negotiation. It's just the fact that they've not been able to do it. And if young people are growing up and I see that the people that are carrying arms against the states are actually the people that have the powers to sit down with the president, then it's just normal that you want to think like that. Because, for instance, in Niger Delta, the people that went to school, that went to study all the big courses and all the big things, we don't even know them. Today we know the Tomatekes, I don't want to call their names, I don't even remember their names, because they are the ones that mingle and roll with the president. They used to be freedom fighters for their people, but now they are freedom fighters for the government. So at the end of the day, if we are not able to put things in the right perspective and actually look at things the way they really are, because the way this country is going, peace will be just a word in